This is Dwayne Vigilance. This is my video on multi-planar movement. The shoulder joint is a ball and socket joint that allows the arm to move in a circular rotation as well as movement of the arm towards and away from the body. The motion that the shoulder joint provides is flexion, extension, abduction, and abduction. Flexion of the shoulder. Keegan's now going to bring the weights into the anterior, the frontal region. Bending at the joint resulting in a decreasing angle, moving the upper arm upward and toward to the front. That makes sense. Extension, straightening of the joint resulting in increasing of the ankle, moving the upper arm down and to the rear. Abduction, medial movement towards the midline of the body, moving the upper arm down to the side toward the body. Abduction, lateral movement away from the midline of the body, moving the upper arm to the side, away from the body. Spine. The lumbar spine is made up of 5 lumbar vertebrae located between the thoracic spine and the sacrum. The area is commonly called the lower back. The lumbar vertebrae is the largest of the vertebrae because the weight-bearing function supporting the torso and the head. They have 4 movements. Extension. Extension, going backwards. Here you go. Turn to the side, Keegan. Good. Flexion. He's going to move forward. Good. Turn to face us. Rotation. Good. And lateral flexion. Shoulder girdle. The shoulder girdle refers to the structure of the shoulder that is supported by 3 bones. The humerus, which is the upper arm, the scapula, the shoulder blade, and the clavicle, which is the collarbone. So Keegan, I'm going to get Keegan to raise his hand straight up. So as Keegan raises his hand straight up, his shoulder blades are now in elevation. If you can move your scapula down, perfect. So that's depression. All right, his hands will go forward. Go ahead and just squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze them together. Perfect. So in the transverse plane here, he has a retraction. She pushes out in front. In the frontal plane, this will be protraction. And that's the movement of the shoulder. That's the knee. The knee joint joins the thigh with the lower leg and consists of 2 articulations. 1 between the femur and the tibia, and 2 between the femur and the patella. The knee has limited movement and is designed to move like a hinge. So we have Keegan raise his knee, and that's in flexion. If I ask him to extend his leg towards the windows, that is extension. To a practical aspect, let's have Keegan do an extension. So he's moving his legs into the transverse plane. Go ahead and do a couple more, Keegan. Back into flexion. Perfect. And the last one we have is the hip. The hip joint is a ball and socket type joint that is formed where the thigh bone, the femur, meets 3 bones that meet up with the pelvis. The ilium at the rear, the ischium at the front, and the pubis above. Keegan, can you raise your leg, please? So while Keegan has his leg, I'm going to have him turn his toes inside, and that's internal rotation, and turn your toes to the outside. External rotation, and this is all in the transverse plane. We're talking about the hip movement. Keegan's going to take it into abduction, bring it his leg towards the midline, moving in the frontal plane. As Keegan turns around, he's going to do abduction, moving his leg away from his midline, and again in the frontal plane. So the last one of movements is flexion and extension. So Keegan's in extension right now. He's going to go into flexion and come back down. So as Keegan is moving up and down, he's moving in the sagittal plane, and again in extension and flexion. Good job, Keegan.